You know who Napoleon Bonaparte was, right? Short guy, big hat, tried to take over the world.
Good evening, everybody. Today is September the 6th. We are reading The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. And today's title is Never Attack Your Opponents Head On. It is by turning the enemy, by attacking his flank, that battles are won. Napoleon Bonaparte. One of Napoleon's favorite strategies was what he called the maneuver sur le derrière. Its success was based on two truths. First, generals like to place their armies in a strong frontal position. Napoleon would often play on this tendency to face forward in battles by seeming to engage the enemy frontally in the fog of battle, and it was hard to tell that really only half of his army was deployed here. And meanwhile, he would sneak the other half to the side or rear. Second, an army sensing attack from the flank is alarmed and vulnerable and must run to face the threat. The moment of turning contains great weakness and confusion. So once you have to turn and you don't know where they're coming from, then they're confused. Learn from the great master himself. Attacking from the front is rarely wise. Go for the flank, the vulnerable side. The principle is applicable to conflicts or encounters of any scale. Individuals often show their flank, signal their vulnerability by its opposite. The front they show most visibly to the world. This front can be an aggressive personality, a way of dealing with people by pushing them around. It can be their most cherished beliefs and ideas. It can be the way they make themselves liked. And that's key. The more you get people to expose this front, to show more of themselves and the directions they tend to move in, the more their unprotected flanks will come into focus. Unconscious desires, gaping insecurities, precarious alliances, uncontrollable compulsions. Once you move on their flanks, your targets will turn to face you and lose their equilibrium. All enemies are vulnerable from their sides. There is no defense against a well-designed flanking maneuver. Daily law. When you attack people head-on, you stiffen their resistance and make your task that much harder. Instead, distract your opponent's attention to the front. Then attack them from the side where they least expect it. The 33 Strategies of War, Strategy 18. Expose and attack your opponent's soft flank. The turning strategy. So, this was a lot. But it is, if you master this, you can expose somebody, and because they're thinking you're fighting the battle with them from here, but you're using that strategy and you have found their weakness and you're slowly attacking that weakness from the back. It's kind of like stabbing somebody in the back. But if you look at it in a strategy point, if they're not paying attention to what you're doing because they're so focused on that front that they are using, and I'm talking about people that front in general, you know what I mean? Then they're not focused on you getting to know their insecurities, all of the things, their weaknesses, their weak spots. Then you can focus on that. This was a good one. Read over it again if you got the book. This is the Daily Laws, and we do it every day. Come back tomorrow. We do it again.